What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have Voiceless going up against Melodious. Two light decks here that can actually utilize the newest card, Dominus Purge, from the info. Melodious is kind of taking a step back. It was one of the meta contenders in the last format, but now the Fiendsmith stuff, both of these decks are a little bit weakened in that case. You know, Voiceless reminding us a lot of how Sword Soul was back in the days, being just way too fair. We are going to be seeing Melodious going to be diving on in, going first here, winning the die roll, with a normal summon of a refrain. This is going to activate the effect, searching for a copy of the couplet or any other extender that they do need. It looks like our opponent is thinking on this. They do seem to have an Ash and a Veiler in the hand. It is a heavy hand trap format. We're going to be seeing them search for a copy of Cannon. So they are playing the Baguska package and stuff like that into the extra deck. We already have the copy of Couplet, which we can place into the spell and trap card zone and activate the effects to search for the copy of the Concerto. Now, we have Ash, once again, like I mentioned earlier, so we are thinking about stopping this. This will stop the Fusion search here. So they do hit the Ash, which is quite a nice hit if we don't have a copy of Soprano in the hand already. We are going to be special with the Cannon here, and we can go up into the Link. It's really our only play at this point to summon with the copy of the Soprano and maybe the level 7. It doesn't feel great, but that's kind of the way that we play it through. We're going to see us go for the copy here of the Link, and then we're going to activate the effect, sending the copy of the 7. And we are going to be seeing that go through here, not even hitting that with a copy of Veiler. That's interesting. We're going to see the Soprano and the Sonata summon itself out. We're then going to activate the effect to add back the copy of the level 7 or the Cannon here. And they could chain the Veiler to this, essentially to make it so that we cannot fusion summon at all. Oh, they don't have Veiler, they have Treyarchia. Okay, that makes sense. So we're going to add the Cannon to our hand. They're going to activate the effect of Fusion Summon using monsters we control, going up into the copy of Botcha using the Link as well as the Soprano here. Or the copy of the Sonata. That's interesting. That you want to use your the booster here. The Link doesn't really do anything. We're locked into Melodious monsters. I'd rather have the boost on the field myself, but we're going to be seeing them summon with the copy of Botcha as well as place the refrain onto the field. We're going to see Botcha summon the other copy of Soprano from the deck. And so we are going to activate the effect of the Soprano to Fusion Summon into a copy of Etoile here. And then Etoile can activate its effects. Or we're going to be seeing the Baka on the graveyard activate effects, targeting the copy of the Chapina. Summoning itself out at level 7, we should activate the effect of the Refrain, targeting the copy of the Etoile. Sending the copy of Aria here so that we can actually activate the effect of the level 7, add it back to the hand, then Pendulum summon it out here to have our end board. We're going to be seeing this being summoned, or targeting the Fusion instead here. And then we are going to Pendulum summon out. Do we already have the Aria in the hand? We're going to just summon out that guy there, and then activate the effect to Fusion Summon, going into the triple DD Crow. And that's going to be it here. We're going to then activate the effect of Refrain, sending the copy of the Couplet to the graveyard and just passing turn on that. That's an interesting choice. I feel like you always want to send the copy of Aria. Now, I mean, against Voiceless, a DD Crow is quite nice, especially a triple DD Crow, but they're going to be laying it so that they don't always have those DD Crow type effects in the graveyard. So like we're going to be seeing only like a Saphira in the graveyard, so we're not going to always be able to banish 3. But we see a Pot of Prosperity here. Banishing 6 to see off the top. We're going to be seeing an Imperm, a Skull Guardian, a Saphira, a Low, a Barrier, and a Prayer here. So could we maybe just add the copy of Imperm to the hand? If we don't have a starter, that is not the play. Most likely going for the Low, but they're thinking on this. I think I see a Fenrir in the hand as well. So Fenrir, the copy of Treyarch, which is not going to do very much. So we didn't look like we opened very well from the... We do have a Diviner. Okay, yeah. So we're going to definitely add the Imperm there to stop that copy of the Étoile. We're on the Schiberda there. Okay, interesting. Choosing that Graveyard effect over the bounce. I suppose that, you know, you're not going to care if they bounce their copy of the Diviner. You have also the Heria here, Treyarchia here to be able to dodge your stuff. And the spells are not going to really matter if you bounce them. We're going to be seeing us activate the effect getting ashed. And then we're going to activate the effect of Treyarchia, attributing the Diviner here to summon itself out. Diviner is going to be able to activate the effect summoning out the copy of the Low here. And then on the summon Low will activate its effects to be able to search, or place, I should say. You can place the barrier onto the field. Now, on the activation of this, we could just bounce these cards to the hand. We're going to be seeing them go up into an SP or a Chaos Angel. Okay. Chaos Angel will then banish the copy of the Étoile. We're going to take a second to read it because it does have the effect if it gets rid of the field. We're going to be able to summon out a copy of a Melodious from somewhere here. From the extra deck or the deck. They're going to try to do it on the copy of Étoile. And I feel like we just let that go. So we summon out a copy of Baka. Then Baka could summon out. Now I guess this is where, once again, the Aria and the Graveyard would be quite nice. Being able to, we're going to see them let it go through. Étoile is going to activate the effect, summoning a copy of the Baka. Baka will then activate the effect, summon a copy of Refrain from the deck. Refrain can then search for the copy of Couplet, which can then reborn out. And that can actually activate the effect to fusion, or to add back. And the fusion can add, or not the fusion, but the monster that is the Soprano can target to add back as well. But like in this case, if we had the Aria, if they out of the Aria, we could just summon it back out here, which is very important, but we're going to be seeing the Aria being summoned now. Interesting choice. I mean, we can't be destroyed by battle at this point. So we are going to be living another turn. And they don't have that much they can do. We'll be able to search for off the couplet the next turn, because they would have ashed this if we already would have had it. But they're going to activate the effect of the fields of the barrier here. And we had a Ghost Ogre in the hand, being able to destroy that. And that's just going to be a packet up from the Voiceless Voice player. I mean, yeah, playing Ghost Ogre in your main deck for Tempai and like a Voiceless Voice, even against like the Snake Eye deck, can be quite nice. It's also good against Mento as well, being able to destroy the copies of really any of them, but especially the Tatsunoko, being able to destroy it, so you are forced to destroy the copy of the Witch if you already have that on the field, and only sending 3 can be quite beneficial to them. Cutting off like the sleepy access, but we're going to be seeing Voiceless Voice going to be choosing to go first this game. Going to be able to play a little bit more against that board. We didn't even see the Étoile bounce, but I guess essentially the copy of Ogre does its exact same job by getting also a search and a kind of protection of your life points by summoning up that copy of Aria. But diving on into game 2. I mean, it is kind of difficult to see what you choose to side into against Voiceless Voice. Like, the deck just feels very fair. Lightning Storm's obviously really good, destroying the back row when they have multiple copies of their like Barrier, their Prayer, and stuff like that, or the Trap card as well. But we're going to be seeing a Fenrir being summoned out. Now, I don't think this is very popular in the Voiceless Voice, but it does give us another form of interaction. And I don't think the deck loses to draw that badly, so just being able to search it definitely helps. And you can also use it as a ritual in the hand, like a ritual material as in the hand, which is quite nice. But we're going to be seeing a copy of Diviner being normal summon, activating its effects once again here. And this is going to be sending a copy of the Herald, I believe. But we have the Ash to stop this. Now, we don't have Treyarch yet in the hand to be able to tribute it off to summon with a copy of Low here. So we did hit the normal summon, stopping it to continue its effects here. And it looks like they have the Voiceless Voice Trap, where they're going to set 2 and pass. So kind of the only interaction that they have now is going to be the Fenrir and maybe one of the unknowns. We're going to be seeing an Imperm on the Fenrir. It's going to resolve. And all of a sudden we have Ostinato. Ostinato is going to be hit with an Ash Blossom. Crazy card. We have the second copy of it. Kind of crazy. Being able to send the Refrain and the copy here of the Soprano. Now, Ostinato not being a once per turn is very nutty here. It is being able to hit with Ash, Bell, and everything else under the sun. We do go for the Baka. The Baka does get hit with the copy of Imperm, which is quite nice. But we do have the Couplet. Couplet being able to search for the copy of the Concerto and letting us continue to play here. Now, I believe this is the only card. Oh, no, we have one other card in the hand. Now, is that card going to be a copy of a Melodious monster is the question. We can just go for the Sherberta right away to be able to play through this. But going for the Etoile would be quite nicer. We're going to be seeing the Concerto being used, going into that copy of Sherberta, so not having that third copy in the hand. And we are going to be able to activate the effect of the Couplets as well as the copy of the Baka, summon with the copy of Refrain. Refrain is going to activate the effect to search for the Couplet. Couplet can then reborn out the Soprano in the graveyard. And the game is kind of... I feel like the game's a little bit over here. Because we can go for... And we can't play through Nib. So the last card in hand is Nib. It's going to be kind of unfortunate. We'll get a draw, but it's not going to do very much. You definitely just search for the Concerto here. Or the Couplet. Couplet then be able to bring out the copy of Soprano. And we don't have any add to back targets for the Soprano just yet. So when we special note later, we can activate the effect. But I have a feeling unless we end up going for a copy of the Link, we most likely won't be summoning it out again here. So we're going to most likely see the Soprano effect and activating, fusing all three to go into an Etoile. The Swole Setter scales for a Pendulum summon if we need to. I don't know what the other cards in hand is. If that card is a monster, other than the Couplet, we will be able to have another way to go through this. But we're going to be seeing the effect to banish the Ash here. I'm not sure why they're choosing to banish just one, but going up into the copy of Etoile, we're going to be seeing the Concerto effect letting us draw as well. Then we can place the Refrain on the field. Because of its effect, by the way, I should mention is like Refrain 1, Couplet 2, or Concerto 2. We can Pendulum summon if we have two bodies. When you see one of them knows a Couplet, we have double Couplet here. This is going to allow us to actually go into a Link if we wanted to. We could go up into the copy of the Link, discarding the last card in the hand. We can go Battle Phase as well, beat over these, dealing some damage, taking 12. Now, I'm not too sure if we kept the level 7 in. It is a possibility we decided out going second here. But going up for the Link, discarding the card, something like maybe an Aria as well as a Sonata can be nice if we don't have the level 7. But if we do play the level 7, most likely, activating the Refrain effect, sending the copy of Aria on the Etoile is probably the play. Regardless, it probably should have been the play anyways here, but we're going to be seeing the effect of the Link going up, discarding the copy of Ogre here, summoning out the copy of Sonata and the Aria, so not playing that level 7 there. Interesting choice. We are going to be protected by the Aria here, and then we are going to activate the effect of the refrain, sending the copy here of the level 7. I don't know exactly why we chose to do it this way. To be honest, it feels kind of bad. I definitely feel like we should have played that a little bit better. Especially when we could have sent the level 3 or the aria, some of the level 7, and then adding back that copy of the level 3. But I guess it is what it is. We also don't have any cards in hand. We could have summoned the level 7 and added the copy back of the Sonata, so we will have a play next turn other than the copy of Concerto. But it is what it is. We're going to be seeing Feather Reap for some note, activating effect, searching for another copy of itself, and then we activate a Prod of Prosperity here. Hopefully digging for something more useful than we saw last game. We see an Ash, Barrier, Prayer, Seravis, a Veiler, and a Prayer. I mean, depending on the last card in hand, over the set card there, it's not really going to be really good, to be honest. I feel like the game is kind of over. Barrier's the choice to choose. I mean, yeah, Blessing and the rest of them, Prayer, are not going to do anything for you. We do see the Barrier activate. Now, we can't get hit with anything other than the Etoile, bouncing it back. This can trigger the Fenrir, though, putting the couplet face down so that we don't lose to Concerto the next turn. You know, that does make sense. The top deck's going to have to be a really good one for it to matter. They don't lose here. So we're going to see the Etoile resolving, bouncing, or summoning back that copy of the Bacha. Or not Bacha, but the copy of the Link. We're going to turn everything to attack position here. And we could go Refrain Send to boost up. But they're going to be thinking on damage. They've already taken 12. Everything's being boosted by 500. I mean, if we're going to see a Etoile attack, that's going to be dealing 900 damage, I believe. So making them, they've already taken 12, now they're taking 9. We're going to see them activate the effect, and that just should be game right there. We see everything gain. That's going to make them take 32, and then plus 17 and 8, yeah. 21. That is going to be game there. We see Melodious take it here against Voiceless. Not opening great this game at all, to be honest. Kind of unfortunate we didn't see them make any of their combos. I don't even know if they summoned out a copy of the Skull Guardian this game at all. But regardless, hope you enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, see more content like this. Stay safe. Peace.